Hello, welcome to another episode of Soulpage with Tega. I trust it has been an amazing journey from our first episode to the second. Trust me, if you've not watched them, you would want to go back and watch. Now, let's continue with healing for the wounded heart. I know so many of us are still going through what? Are still going through pain. I know some of you haven't watched the last episode, but it's not still relating. You still want answers. Let's talk. You know what you hide inside your heart is even more dangerous than what shows outside. Right? Many of us are going through pain from trauma, from disappointment, from failure, from loss. And I know how it can be. Let me tell you a story of a young girl named Tega, right? I know I love using myself as example. You must be familiar with that if you've been watching my videos. So, I'll say 5-6 years ago, I was pained about something. No, it's not up to 6, I think 4 years ago, I was pained about something. It was so much for my heart to bear. You know that kind of pain where it's even now beyond emotional pain. You begin to feel your heart paining you. Like I was under medication. It was that bad because something happened. It was so bad that I couldn't move, I couldn't think rightly. And this didn't just happen for 1 month or 2 months, it happened for about 6 months. And then I didn't know the answers. What do I do? And I know so many of us are here. So many of us, it can even be 1 year, it has been maybe 5 years, it has been 10 years. But there's nothing that is too hard for God to do. There's nothing at all that is too hard for God to do. Now back to my story. Something happened and it broke me really bad. There were days where I had to go to the main road just to look at how the cars were moving, just because I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know what to do. And you know the painful part of me was, you know that thing that they said, a problem shared is a problem half solved. Now there was nobody to tell what was going on. I was just there. On a normal day, you see me in church, you see me anywhere, I'm always smiling, looking all happy. But at night, I'm always there. I cry myself to sleep. There were days even when I feel that pain in the afternoon, I just stroll, I go up to the mountain, I look at the air, I look at the sun, I look at everything lookable at that time. I go to the mirror, I watched the cars. And I was there, I was really, really broken. It got to a point where I couldn't take it anymore and I needed to talk to somebody badly. I needed to talk to somebody. And then I had a conversation with this person. Now, I didn't just have that conversation. I actually had to pray to God, who do I talk to? And then I met with someone and I had that conversation with her. And then she didn't even say much. There was something she just said, and she said, Tega, remember when Jesus was leaving, he told the disciples, I'm going, but I will bring you what? A comforter. And who is that comforter? The Holy Spirit. And what is the work of a comforter? And I answered her, I said, he comes to comfort. And she said, exactly. You see this pain you are going through, there's no word I can say to you, there's nothing I can say to you, there's nothing I can do that will make you feel better. But you see the Holy Spirit, when you tell him how you feel, you don't go to him feeling all strong. No, pour everything. Tell him don't hide a single detail. You know why? He knows. So that's why you shouldn't even hide a single detail for him, because he already knows. He just wants you to tell him. He wants you to invite him. And when she said those words to me, I followed through. And then I saw how I came out of that season, because trust me, it was a very dark one. And I know so many of us are going through that dark season. So what is the first step to take when you are going through this kind of season? The first thing to do is to let God in. Letting God in is the first thing you need to do. The Bible, speaking in the book of Psalm 34 verse 18, he said the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and he saved those who are crushed in spirit. Are you crushed in spirit? Are you broken? Are you feeling less of yourself? Is the pain so deep that you feel that it cannot be healed? Is there no balm in Gilead? There's still balm in Gilead. So you have to invite God in. You want healing today, you have to invite God in. Secondly, speak to someone. I know how this can be, speaking to people. I won't forget the story of my friend. This is my friend, right? He opened up to me and told me some time ago, and he said, Tega, do you know I was going through something, just an addiction, and then he told his pastor, and then something happened, and then it was preached in church. This brother that is very vibrant and all, look at the nonsense he's doing, and he even had mind to come and tell me. Now he had come to him to seek for help. Now, that is where I see most people have issues in who do I talk to. Trust me, they are still good people. They are people you can talk to. But the problem is that we just share our problems with everybody. Everybody. I think a few months ago, I met with a lady, and then when she met me, she shared her problem with me. Trust me, I felt pity for her, like, oh my God. And I was praying along with her. I advised her from the little I know, and then I prayed along with her. Funny enough, she met about 5-7 people and still told them the same thing. And then do you know that some of them even used it against her? So some of us, we should don't just be open your mouth like that. Don't just tell everybody what you are going through. Prayerfully ask God, who do I tell this to? Because trust me, sometimes when you tell someone your problem, a trusted person led by God, you begin to see that those things you feel, there's just this way you feel calm, right? You begin to feel better. And also give yourself time and grace. Trust me, it's not going to happen instantly. It is not something that will just happen the moment you just tell somebody, you just feel everything has gone. You know, it's a process, it's a work. It's not a race. It's not a race. Allow the Holy Spirit to walk through you, right? Even after you have told that person, the person that will still heal you is not that person that will heal you. It is the Holy Spirit. You know, just like a broken bucket. When it is broken, the moment you pour water inside, what happens is that the water leaks away, right? But imagine that bucket is now mended. You can still pour water in that bucket, and that bucket will still hold water. That is how your heart is. And you know the beautiful part of it is that when you tell this thing to God, He doesn't repair your heart. He gives you a new heart, a brand new heart. That is what God gives you. Let me tell you my last story for tonight. So I think it was still 5 years ago. I won't lie, that was the curious moment of my life. That was the season God changed a lot of things in my life. So you see this Tega that is always smiling, always looking happy. She used to be a very angry person. I used to be angry at everything. If you match my leg now by mistake, I will shout at you immediately. That was how I was. I could remember my friend in secondary school, blessing. She said to me, Tega, why do you always get angry about anything? Someone just touches you, you are angry, you think this. And I will not lie. After she had told me that thing, I got angry with her there instantly. And then it had been like that for a while. And then I didn't even pay attention to it until one evening. I was in rehearsal and someone did something to me. Trust me, what the person did was wrong. It was very wrong. And then immediately I just reacted out of impulse. I got angry and I reacted and I hit this person. And this person was a man. Imagine he had beaten me, because he could have beaten me and everything. But after I had done that, I had reacted that way, I got back home. And then I sat down, I told myself, the guy is that it's okay. It's okay, what is it? His anger of it, I got tired of it. And sincerely I went to God. I said, God, this anger, I'm tired of it. Why do I get angry over little things? And trust me, it was because of accumulated pain, accumulated hurt. That was why that anger was there. So I had to go back to ask God, what is causing this here? And I realized that it was because of those things I had gone through that brought all of this anger. Because trust me, I hated some certain things because of experiences. And then God started brooding my heart. And how it happened was so magical. It was so miraculous rather, because it happened that I didn't know when this anger left. It seemed that you will meet today, you will do something to me, and then I will just look at it as though it didn't happen. To an extent, my younger sister told me that, Tega, what is wrong with you? They know how you I used to know. Nobody can touch you. They touch you, you touch them back. What's going on with you? That's what God does. He doesn't just repair your heart, He gives you a new heart. He gives you a new heart. A heart that will still love people, a heart that will still come through for people, but now with wisdom. with wisdom, because trust me, a lot of us, we have put people first, and that's why we are going through what we are going through. There are times you have to put yourself first. It is not about being selfish. That is where guarding your heart comes in. Guarding your heart. And that will be what we'll be talking about in our next episode, because trust me, it is not enough to heal. You need to guard your heart after healing. Thank you for watching. If you have any relatable story that leads to this and you want to share with somebody in the comment section, trust me, what you may be saying may be someone's cue to heal. You can share it. We'll be in the comment section, and you want us to pray with you. Trust me, we are always here to pray with you. Thank you for watching. Good night. Make sure you don't miss our next episode. Same channel, same time, and same day. Bye.